No, I am.
Oh.
Thank you for mentioning that. Here's my card. If you have something you want to say later,
Okay.
that's Doveen at Doveen.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
And I don't know if you saw some of these topics that Brent and Craig.
I just printed it.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I thought we would just start out by talking about how you could say how your role has changed in response to some of these themes. So, in the response to the demand for innovation, is that partly why your role has changed to keep up with how we speak to our customer, how we communicate with the customer, how we attract the customer? Are the ways of communicating different now because technology has changed in terms of being more online or more mobile? So does that change your role to come in and do more marketing to the customer?
Yeah, I'm just wondering about the meaning of this one. One way to think about it is what you said, which is how, I guess, technology has changed and how that's impacted how we market to our buyer community. Is that kind of?
Yes.
That's kind of one angle, and has that changed much in 5 years? We've always done Google advertising, and we've always done search engine optimization, and we've always done EDM, direct mail. I guess what has been changing is our adding social media to that mix. But that has been done, but it hasn't had a significant impact that we can measure on our effectiveness or on our numbers. But probably right now there's a big commitment to dig deeper into how we can more effectively use social media, and there's an audit going on about what we've been doing, and there's a consultant that's been retained by I don't know, Merle or Craig or Brent, who is helping the different business units evaluate the situation and evaluate how to go forward. I guess the other way that I would comment on the point, the ever increasing demand for innovation. And I think Mr. Heinrichs has probably substantially led this. So for every one of our trade shows, probably starting 3-4 years ago, there's been a big emphasis on, okay, what's going on the leading edge of this industry, and how are we going to project that in the positioning of the show, and how are we going to market that aspect of the shows to potential attendees, and then when attendees come to the show, how are we going to let them experience that through how we've organized the show or through content that we have added that is content beyond exhibitor content. So the primary content at a show is the exhibitors,
right,
and their their booths and the products that they have on their booths. But we have the ability, we invest some money to add content kind of on the technology edge with things primarily like experience zones. So we had an experience zone for drones and robotics.
That's neat.
So the buyers would come, and then there was a big net, and the exhibitors were flying their drones around. And then there was we've worked with a company called Hanson Robotics, who have done live demo of their human-like robots. And we also had quite a successful experience zone at the last show for virtual reality. And about 2 years ago, we launched something called Startup Launchpad,
Right.
which is a pavilion and conference track for startup companies. And so I think those are four of the primary examples, but not the only things we've done to add innovation and excitement to the shows and to the show marketing.
And have you had good response with those? Do you feel those have attracted people?
Yes, yes. They've attracted people, and they've added sizzle to our marketing. So for our electronics show, the Startup Launchpad has got kind of sub-headline type emphasis. So global sources of electronics, the world's largest electronic sourcing show, featuring Startup Launchpad, the largest collection of electronic startups in Asia.
And does that bring in a younger buyer or a younger exhibitor?
Can I circle back before I answer that question?
Sure.
I know you were talking about the innovation in marketing. So, and I said that, we're doing the same things, a lot of the same things we were doing 5 years ago, but we're doing them better, and we're more sophisticated, and we've got more analytics and better measurement and so on. But in addition to social media, the other big thing that's been going on is the amount of our marketing that is consumed on mobile devices.
Interesting.
Yeah. So 5 years ago, we absolutely behaved as if everyone was reading what we sent to them on their desktop computer. Right? But today, we're probably rapidly moving towards something like half of our email marketing is perhaps getting consumed on mobile devices, and especially phones.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So then that's required a change in the way we write subject lines and in the way we format EDMs, and we've had to either do mobile formats or responsive formats so that they could be effectively read on mobile devices.
Right.
And then, sorry, what did you say? You said have the
does
innovation
that
at the
bring
show.
A new generation of buyers and exhibitors because of the startup and because of the experiential zones. Sort of.
Yeah. Let me. I think that with the example virtual reality, so we think that is a potential growth area for us, where in the coming several years we can substantially increase the amount of exhibitors who are paying us to have booths at the show. And we think that by investing in the experience zones can help us achieve that, and can help us accelerate our sales in that category. And that's kind of what we tried to do with drones. I think that's been a little bit challenging, the drones one, though, due to the regulation and
Right.
all that stuff that we couldn't necessarily foresee when we launched that. And then you say, is this stuff getting younger buyers? I wouldn't easily say that. I think that the buyers who are going to come to the show are people who
Are more established in the business?
well, if you're going to come to a show, you got to spend, I don't know, 5,000
Right.
US dollars or more for hotels and flights at an expensive time of the year,
Right.
and you have to be committed to importing, that you already import or you plan to import. So not clear
To be discovered, right? To be seen.
yeah, yeah.
And well, that was an interesting approach to it.
Mm.
It's just I didn't know about the